Every once in a while, a new gun comes along that just gives you pause. The new AirMax is one such rifle. Coming up. AEAC is made possible by Air Venturi, Hawk Optics, Diana Airguns, FX Airguns, Daystate, Air Arms, Sports Match Rings UK, H&N Sport, Aztec Optics, and JSB Predator pellets. And you guys know the best way to thank them. Alright guys, the new Hatsan AirMax comes to us from Turkey. It's available in 17722 and 25. It measures a nice short 37 inches long. By itself it weighs 10.5 pounds. As you see it here, to include a scope and mounts, it weighs in at 12. It's available in this walnut stained beechwood only. It ships with 2 9-shot mags, a fill probe, and a Hatsan sling. It comes with a 1-year warranty, and you can pick one up for a very reasonable $680. Now, the AirMax is not regulated. However, when you fill its 400cc bottle and its onboard 90cc reservoir to their combined 490 cc's and 200 bar max, you're gonna get 85 good shots. And by good, I mean with an extreme spread of 34 feet per second and a standard deviation of just 7.3. Now power comes in at an impressive 43 foot-pounds of energy, which it accomplishes by pushing a 25.39 grain pellet to an average of 876 feet per second across those 85 usable shots, with that round retaining 37 foot-pounds of wallop 25 yards downrange. Now the rifle also takes advantage of a Turkish-made barrel wrapped up in Hatsan's Quiet Energy Shroud system, an 11mm Picatinny hybrid scope rail, appropriately placed side lever cocking, an adjustable cheek piece, a rubber butt pad, an accessory rail, sling studs and a manometer, and Hatsan's fully adjustable dual stage quattro trigger with manual safety. So, what's the big deal? The big deal is this. For $680, I don't know of another air gun that provides 85 usable shots at a 43 foot-pound average, off a 200 bar fill, and on the factory tune, and does so at this level of accuracy, trigger refinement, and sound moderation. The AirMax, however, is not without a few quirks. While it's nice and short, appropriately girthy, and well balanced over the blade, it's heavy, and loading isn't the fastest. And its throw is quite long. Cocking is light and is satisfyingly smooth and clicky. Forward cycling is just as nice and is free of any stickiness or harsh bumps. In the shot cycle, it's crisp and doesn't have any strange vibrations. If you're new to AEAC, pellet speed is measured with Doppler radar and is tracked from the muzzle all the way on down to the target in set increments. This allows my followers to calculate leaving and arriving energy levels, as well as determine ballistic coefficient. In the coming weeks, I'll be reviewing FX's new Pocket Crony, so be sure to subscribe and click your notification bell so you don't miss out. The Quattro trigger in the AirMax was pretty terrible right out of the box. And that's unusual for these triggers. But thanks to the good instructions provided in the owner's manual, I was able to remedy that. Right underneath the action, kind of throwing all the levers in there, but since they put it up here, there's like this little, like, I don't know, little merry-go-round wheel thingy right in here that kind of like, you know, connects it to the trigger mechanism. And the owner's manual is really good because it does give you instructions on how to adjust that trigger. But this trigger, guys, out of the box, depending on, if I pulled it like straight back, it's a 6-pound trigger out of the box. If I pulled it kind of up, let me do it this way. If I pull it straight back, you're about 6 pounds. If I kind of pull it up and back and like squeezing it up in here, that was kind of around 4 pounds out of the box, and it wasn't great. Don't panic. I got it down to a very good 2-stage Quattro. It is a Quattro trigger. All right. It's a Quattro trigger in every sense. You've just got some added, you know, mechanisms in here that are kind of just interfering with how awesome those Quattro triggers normally feel. All right. I got it down to 2 pounds. I got it a nice first stage and a nice second stage. This tells you instructions 1, 2, and 3. Ignore that. That should be like backwards. That should be like 3 should be 1 and 2 should be 3, and just do it like this, all right? Start with... Now, the first stage take-up is nice and light and comes up against an abrupt stop. And with just a little bit more pressure, lead's going down range. £1 pound, 15 ounces. Around the farm where there's structure, Hatsan's quiet energy sound suppression system can get a little overwhelmed with the 43 foot-pounds that the AirMax is producing. But out here in the open, it's a non-issue. For day-to-day pictures and tech notes on my discovery and approach, you can follow AEAC on Instagram. Keyword search, Hooked on Air. And for a giant post-video photo pack with written commentary and final thoughts, you can hit me up on Facebook. Keyword search, Hooked on Air. I'll share things there that won't make it into these videos, so you won't want to miss out. And to the 15,250 who do follow me over there, thank you. I notice, and so do our industry partners. Often a heavier pellet provides increased energy, as do these 34 grain Mark IIs by JSB. This is advantageous for cheating the wind and for delivering more downrange power. The scope I'm using today is Hawk's new 3-12 by 44 half mil dot Vantage side focus. Its compactness, lightweight, and $220 price tag make it a good fit for the AirMax. Its side-facing AO dial is easy to roll, and its turrets behave like they should. Perhaps most notable is its bold reticle that's easily seen in heavy brush. But at 10x its vignetting clouds about 15% of the periphery. Not a big deal, but something to be aware of. Most impressive was its ability to cope with being mounted 3.5 inches above the barrel. Something that not all $200 scopes can handle, especially when shooting in close. Refilling the AirMax's 490cc tanks goes like this. Take the included fill probe and displace the dust plug. Now slowly fill to no more than 200 bar. When you're done, bleed the air between your fill source and the gun. Remove the fill probe and replace the dust cover. That's all there is to it. Well, that is all for today, my fine friends. And special thanks to Hatsan USA for getting the new AirMax into my hands to review for you. You guys know the best way to thank them for that one. Now from here, you want to head on over to the Airgun Nation Forum so that you can partake in a discussion thread on the AirMax. I'll leave you a link on how to get there in the description down below. As for me, I'm Steve Shalley. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week, everyone.